Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my guide to shopping luxury items and how can you afford to buy anything you want. So let's get into the video. So recently I got some feedback from you guys that you want to hear more about how can you get things on a budget, how can you afford to buy things for less, and I figured I'd share with you some of my tips of the trade that have definitely helped me out through the years. Number one tip is look at your current spending, look at your current budget, and restructure it, guys. So I'm gonna be honest, people spend money on what they want. Whatever's important to them, whatever they think is worth it, people will spend money. People will spend a lot of money on whatever they want. So everyone can spend their money, again, within their budget on whatever's important to them, what makes them happy, what they feel like is worth them spending their money on, right? So when you're looking to change your spending, or you wanting to make room for more, or how can you work with what you have, my first recommendation is take a look at your current budget and your current spending habits, because you will be surprised the things you can do to adjust your budget that will allow you to have more available cash for other things that you may prefer to spend money on. I was restructuring my budget. I don't pay for, I haven't had for years now, is cable. When I was in grad school, I never had time to watch anything on live television anyways. I was always having to stream whatever I wanted to watch because obviously my schedule was so busy. I didn't really feel the need for cable. It just didn't suit my lifestyle. It was no point of having shows that, television that I could never watch. So I stopped paying for cable then. And cable, guys, is quite pricey. It's like, what, $150 a month on cable is another $1,800 a month. So there we go. $1,800 freed up from my budget that I could use on something I would prefer, whether I find that to be fashion or travel. So that's how I restructured my budget. The thing that I think people kind of overlook is spending money on lunch. When you eat lunch out at work every day, even if you're just spending $10 a day on lunch, and I think that's kind of on the low end on how much you could actually spend on lunch, but $10 a day on lunch 5 days a week, that's $2,400 at the end of the year that you spent eating your lunch out. If you're trying to restructure your budget, if you want to make room to buy other essentials, make lunch, take it to work, save yourself $2,400, and boom, with $2,400 you could buy a brand new Celine bag, you can buy a gorgeous pre-loved Chanel bag. Like $2,400, that's a lot. Take a look at what you're already spending on. As I said, people spend their money, no matter if you're into fashion, if you're into art, if you're into fine dining, if you're into travel, whatever you're into. Well, we could actually look at your bank statements and that'll tell you what you're into. And if you would prefer to spend your money on something else, then you need to readjust what you're already spending on. But the point is, I feel like everyone's already spending their money somewhere. So my number two tip, I think my first tip is great for a person who's just starting out and maybe has never purchased a high-end or high ticket item. So that's a great way to start off. It's just restructuring your budget and learning to save for items. But I think my second tip is great for someone who's already acquired some pieces but are kind of like, now what? So my second tip is recycle and resell. I personally have always shared this with you guys. I am reselling stuff constantly. If I bought something, especially something that was a trend item, and then I'm over the trend, or I realize, those boots, although they're lovely and I got them at a great price, they didn't work out for me, so there's no point of me holding on to them. I resell all the time. I'm constantly purging my closet. I'm constantly recycling. You can consign items, especially if you have a bag. So let's just say you've purchased a gorgeous designer bag, but you know what, that bag no longer suits your lifestyle. You want something else. You want something that is even a little more expensive, and you can't afford to have both. Sell the other item, put the money towards your new purchase. Keep things flowing, guys. That's how not everything is meant to keep forever. So you get something, you have it for a season, you have it for a year, you like it, you get your wear out of it, and you sell it and you acquire something else with those funds. I did that when I started shopping for Louis Vuitton. I used to have a bunch of Coach bags, sold all of them, in one shot. And then with all of my earnings from selling all of that, I had enough money to go and buy a Louis Vuitton bag. So sometimes also selling items helps you get to the next step on maybe something even more expensive you're looking to purchase, because you're already putting some money you have towards one item into another. So I suggest always, and it doesn't have to just be clothing items. There's probably things around your house that you don't use and you don't need anymore, and you can sell and use that money on something you prefer to add into your life. So definitely always recycle and resell. The third tip is purchasing pre-loved. I always share this with you guys. I am a fan of shopping the pre-loved market. Number one, when you're shopping pre-loved, most likely you're buying something that is already expensive for a little less expensive. So you're always going to have a little savings if you're shopping pre-loved. Now, if you're shopping for something that's hard to find or something that was limited edition, the pre-loved market can also go above retail. So you make sure you do your research on what you're buying. But if you're buying kind of like a standard bag that is a classic that's been out, most likely you're going to be paying significantly under the retail price for it. And I definitely recommend Fashionphile. I shop with Fashionphile regularly. I always share my Fashionphile unboxes with you guys. I've gotten some amazing steals over the years shopping pre-loved. Another thing that's excellent about the pre-loved market is that you're able to find exactly what you're looking for. So I want this bag, I want this hardware, I want this color. The pre-loved market, when something's not available in store, gives you the accessibility to find exactly what you're looking for. And pre-loved doesn't mean used and abused and old, guys. Like, pre-loved, most people who are handbag collectors are taking care of their stuff. And some things have, like, I've bought in some things, and you can check out my unboxings. My Louis Vuitton Alma BB that I purchased from Fashionphile, I purchased significantly below retail, and that bag was beautiful and stunning when I received it. It was as if I bought it from a boutique. It came with the box, the dust bag, everything. Go check out that video. Fashionphile is just really reputable. I think their prices are reasonable. They're great for if you need to sell items. They buy back their stuff too. So you can also, with Fashionphile, get a bag, and they are already saying, we will buy this bag back from you within 90 days at this price. So you can get the bag, wear it, try it out. Maybe you're just buying it for the season. Maybe you just want this bag for summer, but you don't know if next summer you're going to be into that bag. Fashionphile, you're buying it pre-loved and you're already setting a price to resell it for, no questions asked. So I think Fashionphile is just awesome for that whole buying and selling, but also we want to keep in mind sustainability, guys. And if you want to be sustainable, buying pre-loved is definitely looking after our planet, being smart, reusing, recycling. Also, when you're buying stuff on, let's say, eBay or from a private seller, that there are places out there where you can have your items authenticated. You definitely don't want to be cheated. So make sure if you are buying from a private seller, you get your stuff authenticated. But when you're buying from Fashionphile, they are making sure everything's authenticated before they even list it for sale. So my final tip that I wanted to share with you guys, and that is planning purchases. So personally, I plan when I shop. I like shopping, I like fashion, but I am not the girl to randomly go to the mall and pick up, I bought this $10 shoe, I bought these $20 jeans, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, and then before you know it, you spent hundreds of dollars. No substantial purchase at all. I don't shop that way, guys. I definitely plan out my purchases. If I'm looking to add a new handbag, a new pair of shoes, I'm planning the purchase for several reasons. One, I'm wanting to know how much I'm going to spend on it and how much I need to save or allot my budget to be able to purchase that item. So I think it's important to plan purchases, because then you find out the best way to purchase an item. Is this particular store offering cash back on Rakuten, which is formerly known as Ebates? I have links for that below. If you're not up on that, definitely sign up. And you can get, I think, a sign up bonus from me as well if you sign up with my code below. So check that out. But you want to know, like, how can I want to buy this, but what's the best way for me to buy it strategically? Can I buy it on Rakuten, get cash back, get a promo code? Do you know how many times that I have had a promo code on top of a promo code? I used cash back from Rakuten. Then I used a promotional gift card that I had previously gotten from maybe that store. And then boom, I'm making a really high-end purchase, but I'm only spending a small amount out of pocket once you've put all those deductions on the price. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's also important to plan your purchases, because you want to plan what's the best way for me to buy this and how does it work. There's always a promo, there's always a sale, there's always something you can do to save a bit of money, even if it's just getting your cash back by shopping online and using Rakuten. Plan your purchases, guys. It makes such a huge difference to know what you're doing when you're shopping. You don't want to just blindly walk into the mall and shop. It's not going to be the way to acquire bigger purchases later, because you're going to be spending in excess. And one thing to know is, like, nothing needs to be done in excess. Everything is really in moderation. I plan purchases, I save for those purchases, I figure out what's the best way to make those purchases. So everything is done in moderation and strategically, believe it or not. And that's why it appears that I can buy whatever I want, because I'm planning for it. So guys, that's it. Those are my tips for luxury shopping. I hope you found this information helpful. If you're not subscribed already, definitely go ahead and subscribe. You can turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload from me. I talk about fashion, lifestyle, and sometimes travel. So you're into that, definitely join my online community. Thank you so much for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, as always, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, guys.